life, those American dudes, their wives were never in the fucking scene at all. Like, they would be at the parties, they would be at home taking care of their kids, and they would out be banging prostitutes, torturing bitches with knives and shit. So that's why she was trying to out that society, that American society, to be like, yes, there is fuckers like this, like for real Jack the Ripper fools, and like they get away with it, and because they're all big time on Wall Street. And they have money. So that's why she's like, you're a fucking Bateman. You're a weirdo, dude. Alright, that's enough about American Psycho, dude. That was a good one, though.
Yeah, a good rant.
I would still choose Dark Knight, but you can't have Dark Knight without American Psycho. Yeah. Because what if Christian Bale came out of the cut just as Batman? You think he'd be able to do Batman without being that douchebag? Bateman is Bruce Wayne, Patrick Wayne. That's the same dude. To me, that's the same dude. He's all, well, they should. I own this place. That's him, dude.
But that's also him putting on a facade as Bruce Wayne.
But see, Bruce Wayne is the epitome of what Patrick Bateman is trying to be. He's that American...
Yeah.
That American psycho.
Billionaire, yeah.
That's why they don't fucking question, you can't be Batman. Because he's fucking...
They think that he's like a fucking...
pretty boy.
Schmo,
yeah, just whatever. Uh-huh. Because he's, again, white privileged, fucking doing whatever the fuck.
A great example in The Dark Knight when the Joker's goons, they take over that party. Mm-hmm. With Maggie Gyllenhaal.
Yeah.
And... Bruce is looking for a way to go and get changed.
Yes.
And that goon doesn't take him seriously. He's like, hey, you're going to have to sit down.
No, that's what he says. He's like, hey, pretty boy, where do you think you're going?
He fucking
fucks him up and dismantles that shotgun in 3 fucking seconds. I remember that. Yeah. And then he walks by his homie who was hooking up with some younger bitch, and he's like, oh, look, Bruce has a panic room.
And then he just leaves them there?
Yeah, he doesn't even see them, dude. He's like, fuck you guys. Doesn't even see them. Yeah. But yeah, that's the beauty of being white privileged and having money, is they don't take you serious. Mm-hmm. And the fact, and also you also see that in the first one where he's like, I want to go out and be a thug, like I want to go out and try to be an outlaw. And he starts robbing from himself, and he's like, I'm not stealing from myself. I mean, I'm not stealing, I'm not a burglar, because that was all his shit. Mm-hmm. But they would never think that's his.
Oh yeah, because he starts dressing all raggedy, and he's stealing like the electronics and shit.
He's running with a gang, and he's stealing Bruce Wayne Industry boxes and shit. But it just shows you that they can, pretty much get away with anything. But like I said, without that character of him being Patrick Bateman, I don't think Christopher Nolan would have seen him as Bruce Wayne.
That's a good point.
Because he saw him as, hey, Bruce Wayne is the American pretty boy psycho. Mm-hmm. He has fucking money. Christian Bale did that shit years ago. We can't get that fool. I mean, just throw a cape on him.
Yeah, because American Psycho was 2000. And then Dark Knight was like 2009.
Yeah. What if Patrick Bateman is Cape Crusader?
Wow.
Because you know how she does the Russian chick song? What if Harvey Dent is Cape Crusader? What else can we talk about? Do you have any questions for me?
I do have a couple.
Ooh.
Do you have a favorite Samuel L. Jackson quote?
Ooh. Well, it would have to be... Obviously, it would have to be something from Toy Story. Fucking Toy Story! From Pulp Fiction. Why I say Toy Story? I don't know. Samuel L. Jackson in Toy Story. Damn. No, it would have to be something from Pulp Fiction. But there's so many of them, dude. It's the one that says bad motherfucker. I don't know. There's so many, but I would have to say my favorite character would have to be Jules. Okay. Everything else that he's kind of done, to me, has been like a reoccurring character, disciple of Jules. Just like Mr. Candyland, sir, he's the disciple of, he's like Jules' great grandfather, Jules. You know what I'm talking about? Also, his character in Jackie Brown is like, that could be Jules's uncle or brother or something. Yeah, he's just crazy. Snakes on a Plane, I mean, that's just Jules. That's him wandering the earth. But I would have to say anything that he says as Jules is my favorite quote. If he can't, what does he say? That's my friend Jimmy in Toluca Lake. If he can't help us, then I don't know what the fuck we're gonna do.
I'm a mushroom cloud laying motherfucker.
In fact, we switching, motherfucker. Why am I on brain detail? Oh, you a race car?
Oh, I'm Superfly TNT. I'm the guns of the Navarro.
And every time my hands touch brain, I'm Superfly TNT. Matter of fact, we switching. Anything that Jules says, especially when he's like, because when you watch Samuel Jackson out of character, and he's just a regular dude. He's just a regular dude. Like he has to play a badass, unless you piss him off. Like, have you seen that interview where the dude on the news thought he was Morgan Freeman?
No.
Yeah, because he's like, yeah, you're that black guy for the. You're the black guy for the credit card commercial, right? And he's all, what are you talking about? I'm the other black guy. I'm the what's in your wallet guy. And he's all like, oh, I'm sorry, I thought you were Morgan Freeman, the whatever he did, the fucking whatever credit card he did. But he was like, he really got pissed off and upset, like a real person.
This one's loaded, and you can decline because it's heavy.
Whoa.
But if you could Eternal Sunshine someone, who would it be and why?
Probably a few of them. Actually, you know what? I would Eternal Sunshine 2 ex-girlfriends and like 3 family members.
Okay.
You know, I never thought about doing Sunshine on family members. Yeah, for the obvious reasons. A lot of my family is going back to Disneyland. I would like to enjoy Disneyland one day, but I don't know if I can. But then I look back on it and I say, hey, but that was just, Disneyland. Disneyland is not like everything, But there's people that love Disneyland. And I used to be one of those persons that love Disneyland. Not saying I want to be a person that loves Disneyland again, but it's connected somehow. So if I can somehow disconnect Disneyland in the Eternal Sunshine way, I would. And I'm not just saying that to like one person. I'm saying that to like maybe a few different people. Because all them fucking people love Disneyland, tattoos, and horror movies. Get the fuck out of here. Any more original than that? Let me guess. You dye your hair black. Yeah, that's what I would want to do. I want an Eternal Sunshine Disneyland, dude. That would be sick.
To dive deeper into that, if you could Eternal Sunshine Disneyland and have no memories
of Disneyland,
would you then go see yourself going back?
Like if like I woke up tomorrow and said I don't.
You thought you had you had never thought you had went. You're aware of it, but
yeah.
you never had. You couldn't remember any of the relationships or anything that stems from Disneyland. Would you?
And I didn't know anything. I think I would say I don't want to go because it's like I'd be like, oh, what is this kid bullshit? But the reason why I love it is because I like the nostalgia. Because before anyone that was connected to Disneyland, I was connected to Disneyland's mythos of like Jungle Book and fucking Pinocchio and Cinderella and fucking Alice in Wonderland and Bedknobs and Broomsticks, even like Fantasia. I was connected to those as a kid, so to grow up and to see it, or to get a little bit older and to be able to go there, that was cool. But once I started incorporating other ingredients and other elements into something that I liked, that's when I think I ruined the formula to make me happy. Because I started incorporating other elements that were compatible with that element of being happy. But once this, exposed, it was almost like, well, I can't have one or the other because these used to be together.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
No, I get it.
So, if I woke up tomorrow and I had no idea what Disneyland was, I probably wouldn't have gone. But since I do, since I was a kid, I do. Also, Mr. Toad's Wild Ride is my favorite.
So, in your opinion, who is an overrated filmmaker, either contemporary or from the past?
Overrated filmmaker.
Or if you don't have one, that's fine too.
So overrated filmmaker would be somebody that everybody likes and that you think is subpar, right?
Yeah.
Contrary to popular belief, I do like a lot of Scorsese films, but I feel like he could have limited himself on what he did, as far as like, hey, I really like him doing Goodfellas shit and like Casino shit, but I didn't really like him doing other shit besides that. Like, I started to watch Irishman and I couldn't get into it, even though I know that's still kind of Goodfellas and stuff.
Yeah, it's still mob.
Still mob, but I couldn't get into it because I still saw him as like, I still saw him as like, this is Scorsese doing something. What was another movie that Scorsese did? And I was like, oh, Shutter Island. I really love Shutter Island. I thought it was a really good movie, but I didn't know that it was it didn't take me as a Scorsese film. So maybe I'm going reverse role on this one, where I'm like, hey, this is something that I felt like he was underachieved for. But, I guess an underrated one would be Scorsese for me. But then everybody compares him to, doing all his mobster shit.
Yeah.
I don't think Del Toro gets enough praise. I don't think fucking Get Out dude gets enough praise.
Jordan Peele.
Hobo with a Shotgun dude doesn't get enough praise. Recently someone said, they told me that they watched Once Upon a Time in Hollywood and they fucking loved it. And they thought it was a really good movie, and I thought it was a really good movie too, but I felt like it wasn't his best movies. But I feel Tarantino is getting pigeonholed into making these epic films that he's always being criticized and like under a microscope for. So I don't know, man. I feel like a lot of the stuff that I watch is just over and over again. So a lot of these newer directors and people that I can't I don't know, I can't say anything. You know what? Maybe Spielberg. I feel like Spielberg is like America's Pepsi. Like it's bad for you, but it's good. Like what he talks about. I always have that beef about, Spielberg over publicizing Nazis and shit and glorifying them being powerful.
Well, talking about Spielberg, I feel like he's been out of his prime for a minute. Yeah. Like all of his contemporary stuff is kind of like, especially him redoing West Side Story, using...
He's just trying to get a Tony Award now?
Ansel Elgort, who is the main dude in Baby Driver, but he recently got in trouble for some shit he did to his girlfriend, some really bad.
They're all getting in trouble
stuff,
now,
right? And then they still cast him in West Side Story
because they're crazy people.
And Spielberg is not as much, but he's getting a bit of backlash because they're like, why would you purposefully cast this guy as your star in the movie when he's under fire?
Yeah, see, Spielberg can get away with a lot of shit because he's fucking Spielberg.
Mm-hmm.
When
the way that Trey Parker and Matt Stone,
yeah, dude, Trey Parker and Matt Stone get away with a lot of shit. They're almost, but you know what though? I feel like, say like this, Trey and Parker. Trey and Matt, was it Trey Parker?
Trey and
Matt, Trey and Parker. They get away with a lot of shit because some people don't take them seriously. And they think that what they do is just trash anyways. Like, there's people in Hollywood that disregard South Park as just trash because it's adult cartoons that only fucking stoners and, drunk 40-year-olds that are eating burgers from In-N-Out.
South Park, you said that they're not taken seriously, but they're making multi-millions.
Yeah.
With just South Park.
Now they are.
Yeah.
But when I was